childhood toys. Now, a lot of these toys, most of us had growing up. And of course, I had most of these toys because I was spoiled as and my parents got me most of the stuff that I asked for. And I would always get really upset every time my parents wouldn't accept my amazing offer. Mom, please, like, you have to get me like 10 more packs of Pokemon cards if I do the dishes. Wow, what an incredible offer. She's definitely agreeing to that offer. Like, what kind of offers was I throwing on the table here? And I think it's safe to say that a lot of us would have to beg and beg and just do fucking anything for these toys, all right? One time I tried opening up a lemonade stand with my friend, and that just didn't even go well at all. We made $0.00. Like, we were out here trying to grind for Pokemon cards, and we were out in the middle of buttfuck nowhere, so obviously no one's gonna pull up for some lemonade. Now, first we gotta start with Pokemon cards. No, Pokemon cards were just it back in the day, bro. Everybody wanted them. When I was like 9, 10 years old, that's when like the EX cards started coming out, and it just fucking blew my 9-year-old mind. And the cards were practically on steroids compared to all the other ones. And now I was a fiend for these cards. The more EX cards I had, the cooler I thought I was. That's how my mind worked. And if you got a box with like the EX card in the front, like you were guaranteed one. Or you could buy a pack and just hope you pull one. And most of the time I got the boxes because I would end up getting like multiple in one box. And that led to me having an entire bin full of Pokemon cards. And I thought I had a lot of Pokemon cards until one day I went over to my friend's house. We would always play Pokemon cards at school and shit, and, you know, sometimes he would even bring his DS to school, so that's how I became friends with him, you know, through our like for Pokemon. I go to his house, and I kid you not, this dude has like 5 tubs, like big ass tubs filled with Pokemon cards. Bro was like Scrooge McDuck, but with Pokemon cards. It was wild. Bro probably had like a holographic Charizard too. I wouldn't be surprised. But if you did have a holographic Charizard, you were him. Like, that's just how it worked. At this point, it was like 2011, so no one really had one. But everybody was still raving about it. And let's just be honest. Let's keep it a stack for a second. Nobody knew how the hell to play the game. We would all try to figure it out, like at the after school program. We were just sitting there trying to figure out how to play the game, but no one knew, okay? Like, we were like fucking 3rd graders, 2nd graders. We didn't know how to play, so we never really battled each other. We kind of just showed off our Pokemon cards, and that's how it worked. Now we got to talk about Beyblades. Now, if you didn't have Beyblades growing up, I'm very sorry for you, bro. You missed out. And since everybody knew how to use the Beyblade, you know, they were it back in the day. Now, sometimes in class, but mostly at this after school program I went to, everybody would surround each other. One kid would always bring the arena, and whoever that dude was, that man was filled with clutch juice, all right? He got the arena, and everybody took out their Beyblades, and some kids had like some crazy looking ones that were mad expensive. I was kind of like the middle ground, you know. I didn't really have anything crazy because my parents weren't willing to drop that much money on Beyblade, but I did have some pretty good ones. But these kids had like some crazy looking ones that just like completely blew mine out of the water, and I was mad, bro. I was like, that's not fair, your mom got you a cool one. And then I started crying. I was like, okay, it wasn't that. But these kids had Beyblades that looked like some kind of lethal weapon, so obviously I was gonna get smoked. Y'all remember the Wubble Bubble Ball? Every kid wanted one of these. Everyone thought it was like the coolest thing on earth when they showed these in like Cartoon Network commercials. Hey kids, introducing the Wubble Bubble Ball, the ball that never pops.
Yo dude, that looks so cool.
2 hours later.
It fucking popped. It popped already. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I spent $20 for this bullshit. I had my hard-earned birthday money, and I spent it on that fucking bullshit. Yeah, no, I literally got money for just existing. I was out here living on recruit difficulty back in the day, but my dumbass spent it on the Wubble Bubble Ball, which is crazy. Some of you might not even remember these, but Go-Go's Crazy Bones. Now, these just went hard. Now, this is the toy that I had tubs of back in the day. Like, I think I still have them now. I'm gonna take a video and, like, show them on screen right now. I don't know how I had so many of these fucking things. They had a little, like, portable sack, pause, I guess, and basically you just throw them in there and you can bring them anywhere. So I brought them to my relative's house, and every time I would lose one or leave one there, like, I would know because I would keep track. I'd be like, oh no, I lost this one. Like, I would know. I knew in the back of my mind which ones I lost. And then I come back to my relative's house and they would say, hey kiddo, I found one of your little giggy goes, whatever the hell they're called. Nobody knew what they were called, but my family literally thought I was insane. Like, I think that's what was going on. I think I actually like drove myself insane, like trying to collect every single one, Like, I really was a collector back in my day. Like, I was a merchant with the Go-Go's. Like, I literally had most of the rare ones, too. Like, just any money that I got, I would blow it on Go-Go's. And, of course, when I bought the Wubble Bubble Ball, I was pissed that I couldn't. Bro, we cannot forget Hot Wheels. I had the longest fucking track of all time. I would build, like, the weirdest, wackiest looking tracks. And when my parents would walk in the living room, they'd be like, Jesus Christ, are you fucking kidding me? And every time they had guests over, they would have to explain the long-ass Hot Wheels track just sitting on the middle of the floor, and now nobody has any room to stand anywhere. But I mean, most of the tracks just suck. Like, you would just launch them and they would just fall off, right? I had so many Hot Wheels cars, though. I was a merchant. Like I said, I was a collector back in the day. And I even had like this little case where you could put them all in. I had like so many. And I would just put them in a line for some reason and just line them up, I guess. I don't know why. Don't ask questions. I was a weird ass kid. And my parents and my grandparents or my aunt or whoever was watching me for the day, they'd be like, the fuck is this kid doing? Why is he just putting them in a line? Like, what is the point? I don't know why, but really dumb things like that would just keep me entertained for hours. Either that, or I'd put my little Go-Go's in a line, or I'd stare at my Pokemon cards, lie them all out on the floor. I would bring my toys everywhere. I'd bring like 3 tubs to my grandmother's house back in the day. I was acting like I was about to stay the week there or some shit. Jesus. I just brought so many toys because I'm like, I just never knew which ones to play with. I had so many. Now we gotta talk about Nerf guns, bro. There would always be some kind of Nerf war going down with the homies. I remember at my friend's like Nerf-themed birthday party, we had this big-ass Nerf war. It was fire. And I really had like the worst gun too. Like, I was chips. I guess like the whole point was you'd bring your Nerf gun, or I mean, this kid had a fucking arsenal of Nerf guns. Like, I was a little bit concerned. But this dude had like a minigun, like that shot just a shit ton of bullets. And I just remember him just loading that bitch up, and I was like, holy shit. And I was so scared. I was like running for my life. And there was me with a little shitty pistol. That's obviously not gonna do shit. We also did have like a water balloon war there too, and it was very fun. Like, that was a W birthday party, I'm not gonna lie. Skylanders. Just another collectible for me. But man, I could actually use them. So I was hyped every time I was able to get a Skylander. But holy shit, were they expensive. I remember going into a GameStop one day, and it was literally 40 bucks for one of the Skylanders Giants. And I was like, hell nah, bro, hell nah. Like, at that point, I'd much rather just buy a game. Like, I mean, I had plenty of Skylanders. And again, I still have them to this day. I was just cracked at the game because that's literally the only game I was playing at the time was Skylanders. Like, I literally played nothing else. I'd have phases where I'd get back into it too. Now, there was this one in particular that was really rare. I think it was called Whamshell. I just remember doing the most to get it because it was my favorite Skylander out of all of them. Like, I even went on eBay and I was trying to bid and shit with people until one day I saw it. I saw it in Toys R Us. Me and Duck just bolted over and we were both screaming, oh my god, we got it. We got the win. Yo, we did it. We did it. And so many people in the store, the employees, the customers, they were just looking at us like, what the fuck are these kids talking about? Now, these toys weren't really like during my childhood per se, but they were just crazy. They were on another level. We gotta talk about fidget spinners. Now, these toys just took over the globe, bro. Everybody had one, like dead ass, everybody. And you would see all sorts of like markets open up at like these outlet stores, basically just selling fidget spinners. Like, I still see them today. I could have bought 2 t-shirts, right? I was at like this outlet place near me. I could have bought 2 t-shirts, but instead, you want to know what I did? I bought a diamond fidget spinner. A fucking diamond fidget spinner for $40 plus tax. Like, the craze was insane with fidget spinners, and they literally just fell off the face of the earth a year later in 2018. I don't have it anymore, all right? Because I was like, ew, fidget spinners are cringe, and I just fucking threw them away. But overall, it was goated, and it really kept me distracted in class when I needed it, because holy fuck was middle school boring.
Let's test the spice limit with a spice shot. Taki, Taco Bell hot sauce. Ooh. Hi, Ian.
Oh my god, bro.
Water, drink.
Alright.